Welcome to Informatica Cloud 201 On-Demand course. Module 4, Hierarchy Parser Transformation. After completing this module, you will be able to understand what is Hierarchy Parser Transformation, describe hierarchical schemas, and discuss some important points that need to be considered while creating a mapping for Hierarchy Parser Transformation. The Hierarchy Parser Transformation is a transformation that converts hierarchical inputs into relational output. The transformation processes XML input from the upstream transformation and provides relational output to the downstream transformation. You have to use a schema file to create a hierarchical schema that defines the expected hierarchy of the input data. The Hierarchy Parser Transformation converts XML input based on the hierarchical schema that you associate with the transformation and provides a relational output. Let us now discuss what is a hierarchical schema. A hierarchical schema based on a schema file that you import to Informatica Cloud. The schema defines the expected hierarchy of the input data. After you import a schema.xsd file, select the schema root. You can create, edit, or delete hierarchical schema. You can edit a hierarchical schema and change the root or change the schema definition. However, if you have used the hierarchical schema in transformation, then you cannot edit it. Before you delete a hierarchical schema, verify that you have not used it in a transformation. Let us now talk about some important points that need to be considered while creating a mapping for Hierarchy Parser Transformation. First, you must check whether you have Hierarchy Parser Transformation on your transformation palette. If it is not available, you can contact the Informatica Cloud support and enable this feature. After this transformation is assigned to your org, remember to configure the privileges for this newly added transformation. Apart from having Hierarchy Parser Transformation on your transformation palette, you also need to have the data transformation package assigned to your org. Once these packages get assigned, make sure you restart your secure agent to update all the binaries. While creating a mapping for Hierarchy Parser Transformation, provide a .txt file as the source. This txt file consists of the physical directory location of the XML file to be used. Let us now discuss a real-life scenario involving Hierarchy Parser Transformation. A leading manufacturing organization wanted to optimize sales data with Salesforce. The business need was that the organization wanted to accelerate sales and marketing using the data from various applications they had. With the latest and consolidated data, they wanted to deliver exceptional, responsive customer support during every engagement. They also wanted a system that would support rapid business growth with access to trusted information every time their application is accessed. The challenges that the organization faced was that most of the data they had in their legacy applications were in XML format, so they had to manually synchronize the data. This led to the introduction of human errors, which eventually led to the loss of integrity of the data. This process also took a lot of time to complete. As a result, the sales team was losing deals because of outdated and erroneous information. The organization adopted Informatica Cloud as a solution to the issues they faced while trying to meet their business requirement. The Informatica Cloud's Hierarchy Parser Transformation helped them to convert hierarchical XML data into a flat format so that they could be easily copied to flat files or relational targets. Hence, data from different legacy applications could easily be synchronized with Salesforce, and the latest data could be made available to the sales team. This led to an increase in the quality and reliability of their services. In this demo, we will implement Hierarchy Parser Transformation in Informatica Cloud. In the Data Integration page, select New from the navigation pane. To import a new schema, click Components option in New Asset window. Select Hierarchical Schema and click Create to import a new schema. Name the new hierarchical schema as Employee Data and select the Upload button. Click Choose File from the pop-up window and select the emp.xsd file from the location where we saved it. click OK. Select the schema root to be root and click Save. In the Data Integration page, select New from the navigation pane. To create a new mapping, click Mappings from the New Asset window and select the Mapping option. The mapping canvas appears. In the Mapping Properties, enter the name of the mapping as M-X2R Employees. To configure source of the mapping, click the source transformation available on the canvas. In the Source Properties pane, enter SRC in the name field and click Source tab in the Source Properties pane and select the flat file connection from the Connection dropdown. Select Single Object as your source type. Click the Select button beside the Object field. And from the pop-up window, we will select the src.txt file in which we have saved the location of the XML file. To add a hierarchy parser transformation, drag and drop the hierarchy parser shape between source and target. Name the transformation as X2R in the General tab under the New Hierarchy Parser Properties pane, and select the Input Settings tab where you will provide the hierarchical schema to the transformation. Select the File Radio button for the input type and click the Select button to select the schema. From the Select Schema pop-up window, select Default. From the pop-up window, select Employee Data and click Select. Click the Input Field Selection tab. Map the field port with the input fields present in the hierarchical schema input field. Now in the Field Mapping tab, select the fields from the hierarchical input that is to be created in the relational table. Right now we just have one field that is root, present in the schema structure. Drill it down by clicking the plus icon. Check the following checkboxes to create the same fields in the relational table as shown on the screen. Click the drop-down next to Address checkbox and select Map Immediate Children. Now we can observe that the relational table fields are populated with the automatically generated fields. We cannot change the name of these fields. In the Output Fields tab, the auto-generated fields are present. To configure the target, rename the target as TGT Employee Details in the General tab. Link the hierarchy parser to the target transformation. As soon as we link the XTR to the target, a pop-up window appears, saying Select Output Group, select Employee Details, and click OK. Now click the Target tab and select the flat file connection. For the target type, select Single Object. For the object, click the Select button. In the pop-up window, select Create New at Runtime and provide the file name as formatted data.csv and click OK. Here you do not need to map the fields as the fields will be created at runtime automatically. Click the Validate icon to validate the mapping. A validation pane appears on the right-hand side of the window. To save the mapping, click Save. The mapping status is displayed. To run the mapping, click Run. Select the runtime environment and click Run. Click My Jobs in the navigation pane to see that the task has run successfully. We can see that the task ran successfully, and there are 2 success rows and 0 error rows. This concludes the demo on hierarchy parser transformation. You are now ready to perform the lab activity. In this lab, you will import a hierarchical schema and create a mapping using hierarchy parser transformation. This concludes hierarchy parser transformation module. In summary, we defined hierarchy parser transformation, described hierarchical schemas, and discussed some important points that need to be considered while creating a mapping for hierarchy parser transformation